Ooh, sticky,
sticky, blicky, blicky, blicky.
Ever since my injuries happened, I gained so much weight, and then this knee sometimes act like it wants to give out. So it's like, fuck that. I need that extra supportive just in case if I bust my ass. Like, you know what I mean?
That is funny. If you get hit by, so like I would say you probably were in an accident, but it's more like the car driver. He was like, "Oh, I was in an accident. I hit somebody." It's not really an accident if you're the guy being hit. That's just you living life,
Right.
getting hit.
Right.
Did you cross the road without looking?
Uh,
Probably an accident then.
nah, but it was car on car.
Oh,
It was car on car.
so it was an accident.
So it was an accident. You know what I mean? I think they need to start calling them on purposes sometimes too, because for real, if I could hit the dude that really caused it, like then it would have been on purpose. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you see where I'm going with that?
I've seen a video of a lady who just got charged with vehicular because she killed her boyfriend on purpose, crashed to a brick wall on purpose. Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
yeah.
People do it on purpose.
People definitely do it on purpose. And sometimes, like, I seen something earlier today where they had a baby chilling in the front seat, and the baby happened to open the door, flew out the car. Like, I mean, dumb shit sometimes people
That's an
do.
accident.
That might be on purpose because what do you think is
We
gonna
n-
fucking happen? You said a
we need to
baby in the front
investigate
seat.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
We
a
need to
on
investigate
purpose.
that. That's an on purpose. Was that kid mouthing off? That might have been an on
Right, that
purpose.
too. Like, hey,
A lot of on purpose. Sometimes insurance claims, people team up, box you in on purpose.
on purpose.
There's a
I
lot of
mean,
a lot of
listen, I
more
mean,
on purposes than accidents.
sometimes, you know what I mean? Listen, if you got a good friend who don't mind rear-ending you, Diddy, you definitely come up a good penny.
Dude, I'm just waiting for a friend to call me like, "Hey, John, can you do me a favor? Can you rear end me? I, I need a I need to cash an insurance claim."
Oh,
I'm
all
waiting
right.
on the call, and it's for insurance and cars.
All right. It's not for like sexual pleasure at all. Like,
Nah, dude, of course not.
Dude.
Just waiting on one of my good buddies.
Yeah, I mean, just
You get it?
whenever,
Yeah,
whenever.
totally straight, dude. We're straight guys out here
Totally straight. Like nothing.
rear-ending each other, getting
Uh,
money. We're out here making money.
just getting hit from the back
Yeah, making money,
frequently.
dude.
Frequently, yeah.
Yeah, get cars, make money.
Yeah, man. Who knows? You know what I mean? Don't need a OF for that at all. Like,
Or replacing OF. Caraccidents.com, dude.
yeah.
Watch
Oh,
accidents
yeah.
and
Hell
buddies
yeah.
banging. Where'd this go? Where'd this go? Wutchamaccallit. Thanks for coming, dude. Welcome. Give you an
Oh,
intro. Thanks for coming, brother. This is awesome.
appreciate you. Thank
Thanks
you,
for having
man.
me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Hey, my guy, John, man.
when you met me,
You're an awesome.
when you were like, "Oh, my name is Wutchamaccallit," I'm like, "I like this guy. It's a good name. It's a solid name, you know."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, what am I going to talk about with Wutchamaccallit, you know? And it literally dawned on me. I was like, man, Wutchamaccallit taught me about gloves, you know? Taught me about gloves. And you were like, I found that so funny when I went to shake your hand. You're like, yo, and you're like, dap. And then Wutchamaccallit was teaching me. He didn't want to be rude. He was like, sorry, he dabbed me up. He's like, I don't want to be rude. I'm wearing gloves. And I was like, okay. And he was like, in the black, you want to say so I don't sound
No,
crazy?
no, no.
All right, I'll say it.
Yeah, you're good.
So he was like, hey, in the black community, if someone's wearing gloves and they shake your hand, it means they're going to rob you. And I was like, that's the most useful information I've never heard. You know what I'm saying?
No, seriously.
That's very good information.
Yeah, it's been a thing. Like it's almost like splitting the pole. You know, I think that's like a universal superstition that like we all have. Like you split the pole, generally some weird shit happens or whatever the case may be. So now it's this thing that like we've been superstitious about. Like I don't know who made it up, but ever since I just think we come up with superstitions so we just don't do rude shit. Like, yeah, I'm saying? Like it just kind of makes you kind of more sophisticated in how you approach life. Like, so you don't try to split the pole, you don't step on cracks because you don't want to break your mama back, and you don't wear gloves because you don't want that guy to end up robbing you. Like, that's just a thing. Like, it just became a thing. Like,
I respect it. I'm looking out now. I'll just look at people's hands now. Just watching their hands. Just watching
That's
black people's hands. Not that's
that's the other thing, and for real, I think people should dap more often because literally people do not wash their hands. It's you know, can I say it?
yeah.
It's definitely a white community
It's the
thing.
white guys.
Like,
It's the white
yo,
guys.
I don't know what it is, and it's almost like it, some of y'all be scared of water because I'll be in restaurants and see like dudes come out of the store from taking like whole shits, and it's like this motherfucker's not gonna wash his hands. Like he's dead ass serious.
I've gone on stage plenty of times, like, yo, I just left the bathroom and saw that other comic not wash his hands and just be like, you dirt. Here's the thing though, I do it especially when I'm out, especially if I'm like out at like doing comedy.
Mm.
Because I don't want anyone seeing me and being like, that guy doesn't
Then
wash his
wash his hands.
hands. I don't
Right,
want that on me. So
right.
I'm like very particular, especially when I'm out in public. I was like, I don't want anyone to be like, yo, I just saw John not wash his hands.
Yo, it's to the point. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm to the point where I literally wash my hands and don't dry them just so people know that I washed my
I
hands.
do I hit him with that all the time. Like, oh, sorry, just wash
Oh
my
yeah,
hands. Oh, yeah, me,
yeah.
fancy. Wash. I noticed you do not have wet
Wet
hands.
hands, right? Why aren't your hands wet?
Yeah, what even? When was the last time you washed your hands, dude?
yeah, right.
I
Seriously,
guarantee with
man.
most of these comics, it's literally never. It's when I shower. Mm-hmm.
That's the only time.
100%.
That's the only
I'm
time.
so confident in saying that.
I don't know,
Not
man.
all of them, but a lot.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, like, especially like, especially in the circles you be in, like, you know what I mean?
You
Like,
just hanging out with dirty people, man.
it's like, yeah. So even if I didn't have gloves on, I think I'm just gonna be a dapper from here on out, like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Because, like, between not washing your hands coming out of the bathroom and being chronic masturbators, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think I'll just, hey.
Yeah, I feel like dapping hands was probably, or like shaking hands was probably less risky 200 years ago. Before porn came out, now it's risky.
Yeah.
Now porn
Yeah.
on phones, now hands are dirty.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. But see, back in those days though, they still used like could you imagine how much of a hornball you would have to be to even masturbate in the first place? Like I guess that's probably why like, a lot of masculinity, like toxic masculinity was at an all-time high. Like, I mean? I'm trying to, you know, walk a thin line here, but what I mean, people were a little bit more aggressive with the ladies, back then, because without porn, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what your imagination would have to be so vivid for you to even feel like you want to stroke. Like, who thought of
Oh
masturbating
man.
though? Whoever thought of it was a genius. Like, whoever passed that information on, genius.
Man, when my imagination with if I don't watch porn for a week, my imagination's just running wild. I walk
Yo,
down the street and every lady I look at's like, she totally wants to bang, you know?
right, right.
I need to go home and watch some porn and get
Yo,
my mind
you
right.
start finding things to be the most attract. It'd be the most like I don't know, like weirdest thing. Like oh my god, like her elbow meat like looks
Ooh, a little
like
bit of elbow
the
meat.
little elbow meat, the little fat that's like over the
Ooh,
elbow a
you know
little
what that
bit.
is?
Like,
You know what that is?
man,
You know what that is?
what's that?
You know what that's called?
What
It's
is it?
got a name. It's called a weenus.
Oh,
You know that?
okay, no,
That's a real thing, dude.
a weenus.
Yeah, dude. The
Your
skin on
dick.
your elbow is a weenus.
Now I don't find elbows sexy no more. Like I mean,
It's an
weenus is
unattractive
too
name.
close,
That's a bad name,
too
dude.
close to penis. I'm
Yep.
I'm I'm all right. I'm all
It's
right.
literally one letter off. It's
Don't want no
crazy.
weenuses. You
Who
know what I
called it
mean?
that? Like someone in the 50s was like, yeah, what are we gonna call that thing? And he was like, let's call it a weenus. That's funny.
Weenus.
Weenus.
Wow, you
Fun,
learn
right?
something new every day.
Yeah.
But see, I'm thinking about have you ever seen more of a pleasantly plump lady and she kind of got that little like back arm fat. That's a little bit
Oh, when
over
there's
the
her
elbow.
arm straight and then I got the
Yeah, got that
yeah, yeah.
little,
Okay.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I
Sometimes I find that the little flap.
Okay. That's like, all right. I don't know if you like
I
it
don't know
you
if
like it
that's a
when
weenus.
you like it when it's bigger? Like the more pronounced the flap, the better? Oh, so you like
Yeah.
okay, so there's no scale limit to this attraction right there. Okay,
Nah,
yeah.
not at all,
I
you know?
respect you. I
You
respect
know,
you.
no, I mean,
I respect that.
definitely. So it'd be like little stuff like that. Like sometimes when you go about a week or two of some dry spells, man. Don't go in like full dry spell season. Full dry spell season, shit. You might even become pansexual. Like, yeah, I mean, you start finding everything sexy. Like, you know what? I'm not into guys, but at this point, like,
Maybe my buddy's willing to help a fella out, you
oh,
know?
hey, like, shit. Like,
Yo, let me move. I'm gonna help bother
oh,
me. Um,
all
Sorry,
right, my bad,
bother
player.
me. That was just bothering me. Oh, no. Um, I could see. Generally, I'm not. I'm more of a slender guy, but I get what you're saying. It was like, okay, that little bit of that could a little bit. That's a sign of thick. You know, it's a little thick sign. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Yeah,
That's
yes,
something different. I never heard that. I've heard ankles. You know,
yeah. That's actually unattractive to me. Like, I mean,
not an ankle guy.
cankles is like is
Well, cankles are.
a little different, right? You know what
I
I mean?
like it when a big thick girl got skinny ankles. You know, that's
Yes,
dude. You know
yes,
what I mean?
I agree with you on that one. I
I don't
second
know
that
how they
emotion.
keep it that way, but it happened.
I don't know how it gets that way either, but it's like, oh my god, it's like she has potential. It's like, oh, you're a little thicky now, but if we do the right thing, like it's almost like how they feel about us when it's like, oh, like he has spaces in his teeth. Like, so if I give him some braces, they feel like they could change us. So when I see a chick that's built like that and she got like skinny ankles, I'm like, I can I can like change her. Like I can motivate her lifestyle. I could like upgrade
Yeah.
her.
Look, she's got ankles for jogging.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Jogger ankles, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
She could trim them.
yeah, because sometimes it's a genetic thing, like, you know what I mean? And it's funny because you could see a slim chick or just, a medium thick chick that has like kinkles, and it's like, ah, the older you get, the worse that might become though, you know? So when they got slim ankles and it's just like, oh, you just big now. You just need to be motivated. Like,
Mhm.
that's it.
You just need a guy in your corner just going,
Yeah, babe, you can do it.
got
And,
it.
and that's all it takes. And I
As
mean, just
you.
hopefully when she slims down, she don't leave your ass. Like, you just got to catch her at that mid, like, seasonal, like where it's like, okay, like she's really like taking this shit serious. She done lost about 20 pounds. Hey, babe, I love you. Just a reminder.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
Like,
Once she's like, I'm going out with my friends tonight, you'd be like, hey, how about a cinnamon bun?
yeah.
You gotta tip the
Re-
scale back a
yeah, I
little.
mean, got a reminder, like,
Yeah, it's
hey,
hey,
want to go to Five Guys? Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
How about,
Get her a promise ring. We got to bring promise rings back, like.
I remember promise rings. Okay. Do you promise me you will not leave me once you become hot?
Right, like once you become hot, like promise me that you won't go out the
Yeah.
door, like,
They should be like, yeah, totally, dude.
right.
Promise.
Shoot, next thing you know, you just got to start injecting her with like, like butter and and shit like that, like, what I mean, just mixing.
Crisco.
Yeah, Crisco, like, what I mean, she thinking she losing weight, and it's like, hold on, babe, I then put on like 5, 6, 7 pounds. I swear I went hard this week. Oh, I wonder how that happened.
And then you'd be like, it's okay, babe. I'll always love you.
I
She'd be
always
like,
love
this
you,
is
you know
why
what I
I'm
mean?
with you. Yeah. This is
Yeah,
an awful. We're teaching people how to be bad people. And I
right,
like it.
right. That's
I'm
it.
down.
I mean, don't try this at home, of course, like, you know what I mean? And I would never switch up uh my partner's Ozempic with like, high cholesterol, like leading, fats.
Just placebos.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's it. Whatever happened? Ozempic. 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 What happened to Lizzo?
Lizzo, I mean, I think she's just Liz now. Like,
So that's just Liz now?
that's just Liz. You know? No, but
Lizzo lost the Zoe.
she
She's
lost it
going around
though.
as Liz. She's a valley girl now.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is with Lizzo, like, she looks great, man. She came down off some of that weight that she was carrying around. But this is the thing though, like, the thing is that I don't like as somebody who's a fellow fat person who's has lost weight, who's been small, got big, and well, was big, got small, then got big again, apparently, from what the looks of it. But when we but when we put it out there is that like, oh, you wouldn't uh basically you would find me more attractive if I wasn't bigger or whatever like that, and thinking that their attraction, people lack of being attracted to you is only tied to your weight. No, sometimes you're just unattractive too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't want to get canceled or anything like that, but hey, preferences are preferences. Lizzo thought Captain America didn't want her just because she was big. And it's like, nah, you really are just not that much of a looker. Like I think you a little bit too overly confident in yourself. Like, and I mean, and she's lost the weight. Her as a whole and her losing the weight looks great, but the attraction level, nah, still, still not attracted.
I don't think it did anything for her career, to be honest. Lizzo was on top of the world. She got Ozempic. Where has she been at? The
Yeah, she's
record
missing
label's
just like
like,
the weight.
"What are you doing?"
Well, she got into a real like situation though, like, and I think it kind of like has like halted her career a little bit. Like, she got into where it was almost like she almost had like like a sweatshop type freak fest, almost like Diddy like type situations going on with like her background dancers, and then it's that's a lot, and it's crazy because people don't really revisit it that much. But yeah, she has some crazy allegations, like,
Yeah, apparently she was fat shaming her dancers.
fat shaming her dancers and over sexualizing them too. Like, you know what I mean? She was like having them like play with like dildos and like deep throat them, all types of shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, power gets people crazy.
Yeah.
Look what power did to Cosby. Do you ever hear stories about what Cosby used to make his assistant? Cosby apparently used to make his assistant watch him go to sleep.
Like he used to make his assistant watch him.
Go to sleep. And watch him eat soup.
That just to have somebody looking at you?
Just because I don't know, because he's a power trip, dude. Isn't that cool?
That's no, that's weird as fuck. Like,
Real weird, right?
like it's like, yo, like give me deep, intimate eye contact as I like sip on my tea and like eat my oodles and noodles. Like,
Yeah,
that's like weird as fuck. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah,
fun.
power. I don't know. Like, maybe we just haven't been rich enough yet. Like to figure out what the fuck we would do. Like, yeah, I mean, obviously, I think we'll do the obvious thing. Of course, we'll fuck a lot of hoes. But like, other than that, it's like, what else?
It's one of those things you don't know until you try it. Thing you don't
Right.
know, like so you may react great to it and open a nice investment portfolio,
Right.
or you're gonna make people watch you eat soup and become a terrible person.
Right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, I was like, I mean, at least Diddy had it right. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least, well, he was reversed. He was doing the watching. Like, I mean, but he's watching people ram his fucking girl. Like, you know what I mean? That's that's a little bit more interesting. Like, if I'm, what I mean, far as a power trip. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the rubbing the cream part on him, but
people are into that these days. You know who Adam 22 is?
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
he just boxed that guy, the Jason
That
Love
dad
guy.
rammed his wife, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just boxed that guy.
Yeah, got his ass whooped.
Yeah, tapped in like a minute 20. How that's a bit. I was thinking about is that a worse look than just getting played out, knocked out? And I was like, I don't know. It might be a worse look. To tap out a minute 20?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. I mean, his wife didn't tap out in the minute 20. I
No, she
don't
took,
like.
like, all of it for
She took
she
all of
she
it
went
for about.
all 9 rounds,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
10 inches,
yeah, yeah.
all
20.
10 inches and all 10 rounds.
I think it was 29 minutes and 30 seconds actually. And I mean,
Yeah,
not that I've watched that
yeah.
video or anything like that 6 times, but anything like that.
That's
But
a crazy bad look, I couldn't imagine.
yeah, I mean, to me, it's like to me, you gotta go out with pride. Like you gotta go out with some type of
Just go
dignity.
out
Like
swinging,
just
dude.
go out swinging. Like you got medical staff there, different things like that. The dude couldn't fight his damn self for real. For real, he was just more so big. You know what I mean? So it was like, nah. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. You would have had to knock me the hell out.
That's
Like
crazy.
you would have had to knock me out. I'm
You probably got
sorry.
a crazy check, but that's nuts. It's a
Yeah,
bad look, dude.
yeah.
That's a bad look of the month.
Yeah. It's like, damn, dude, like you got your wife ran through by this guy, and then you allow this guy to beat your ass in less than 2 minutes. It's like it's no type of, pride in that. Like, yes, that's sick.
Yeah, and I guess if he taps, he's like, "Well, I tapped out. I could have beat him."
Yeah. I
I
don't
mean,
know. Like, could you be in that type of relationship where it's like, like I mean, I guess I don't know what you call that, like a open relationship. What do you call those type of
nah, it's
relationships?
not my
He's
thing.
like a cuck or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. He's yeah. They both banging other people, but they have like a podcast on like Pornhub. Do you know
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
And they
yeah,
like bring
yeah.
porn stars on and like bang
Yeah,
other
and
porn
then they
stars.
bang them
Yeah,
together and stuff like that. Like, I mean, that's fire when you think
that's
about it.
cool.
That's
That's
cool.
kind of cool. The whole other thing is just not. It's not a great look. It's not cool. I wouldn't take the cool part and that like as a combo. That's a bad look. I would just not take any of it. That's me. Just
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy because he's I guess he's okay because he's documenting it because he's basically doing what Diddy did like outwardly for real for real. When you think about it,
If it's
what
not a
he's
secret.
doing and everybody's okay with it, that's what Diddy was doing, but he just wasn't filming it.
Yeah. All you gotta do is just put it out in public and not make it a secret.
That's it. That's it. That's all Diddy was missing was a OF link. That's all he had to do was tell people start clicking the link in his bio, like, take that, take that.
Yeah.
Click the link in my bio. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Bad boy, baby. You know what I mean?
Boys for life.
Yeah, I say that's it.
Does
That's
Diddy,
it.
does Diddy got a girlfriend in jail? I saw a picture. I don't know if it's real though.
Does he have a girlfriend in
I
jail?
saw a picture of someone holding Diddy's pocket in jail, and it looked. I don't know if it was real or not, but it looked fun.
Yo, it's funny because I got a joke about holding pockets, man. This is how I know, like, yo, you already know I be having some like funny like jail encounter stories and stuff like that. But yo, the holding the pocket thing, and it's funny because I don't think I revealed it to you, and I said, but when I did do it, I was like, you know who would get this joke? My man John,
I got you, dude. I've always got you on that spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, my man John. Boy, I mean, I wouldn't be. I think it's too early. I think it's too early. You know what I mean? But it looked like Diddy, if anything, Diddy will probably be doing the holding the pocket because I seen the couple of clips that they released of him in there, it just look like people be on some like low key like checking him. Like, when you smiling too hard in somebody's face, it's like you're trying to almost like keep the peace. Like, you know what I mean? Like, brother, like, you know what I mean? Like, why we gotta, you know what I mean? You ain't gotta do all that. I told you I got you on your commissary, you know what I'm saying? Look, you know what I mean? You said you like the oatmeal cream pies, right? You know what I mean? Got you, they coming up. So, you know. mm. Yeah, man, I feel bad for Diddy, but at the same time, it's like I know people out there like, he's getting what he deserves. It's like, okay, he was just a little too freaky. That's it.
Diddy probably the best and worst cellmate to have, dude. He be having all the best stuff, but he probably just want to cuddle at night. and, and I don't know if that's worth the TV, I don't know if that's
yo,
worth the TV in the cell or not.
yo, Yo, could you imagine? Like, you know what I'm saying? Diddy will probably want to be Little Spoon.
That'd be better. It'd be
Little
better if
Spoon?
if you gotta cuddle with your bunkie in jail, maybe, you wanna be Big Spoon for sure. If you're cuddling in jail, you wanna be Big Spoon. Hands down. Hands down.
Hands
That's
down,
not
Big
even debate.
Spoon, man. Hands down, Big Spoon.
See, and that goes to prove Diddy's probably a great bunkie. He'll let you be Big Spoon. He's
For sure, for sure. Like, I mean, definitely, you're definitely not gonna hear too much squirming and fighting coming out of Diddy. Like, I mean, yeah.
Bro, I never even pieced that together, but that is a funny fear to have in jail. Just be sitting on your bunk at night and just be praying, be like, you just don't hear someone be like, "Hey, bunkie, you want to come down here and cuddle?" Like, that's a funny fear to have.
Yo,
I never had
weird
it
fear.
myself, but I can imagine someone has.
And it's crazy because they be the ones that could like really like throw hands.
Oh yeah, I've
So
seen some gay dudes fuck people up.
they'd be the ones that could really throw hands and it'd be like, well, if you don't want to cuddle, like we gotta run this fade. And you know you can't get beat up by a gay dude up in jail. Like, I mean, it's a wrap.
Yeah, dude. Number one rule in jail: don't get beat up by a gipper. That's what they tell you.
Yeah.
That's a fun word I actually just recently started bringing back a couple days ago. Gipper.
Gipper, yeah, yeah, Gipper. That's definitely like uh uh mid 2000s, you know, because we was using around the old sevens, old eights, and you know, so yeah, yeah, yeah. Gipper is definitely fun. You know what I mean? A fun lost treasure of, you know, when you're speaking of members of the alphabets, you know.
Yeah, I was talking to a gay friend the other day, and I broke out the word Gipper, and he never heard it. I was like, "Ooh, we're bringing it out then," you
Yeah,
know.
gotta bring it back. Some of them look good to bring back. Long if they don't, long if it ain't a slur. You know what I mean, or what they consider to be a slur. I feel like you know you're in a safe zone. Like you know,
Gipper is one of those words that probably could be considered a slur. It's just it's only in like jail or hood community that just doesn't get to the gays to find it offensive. They just haven't heard it yet.
well, it's like you know, it's like Skipper. I mean, it's like you know,
Ronald Reagan's nickname was Gipper. The Gipper. Do you know that?
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, his nickname was the Gipper.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, he was an actor. You know,
I
all that good
think
stuff.
it was
Like,
before Gipper became a thing. I think.
who
I don't
knows?
know.
That's right. I mean, you know, a lot of them, especially high powered people, be having them secret lifestyles.
Yeah, a lot of presidents be partying hard,
Yeah.
partying behind the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
you know how
Yeah.
the presidents be doing, hanging out with people on islands,
Mm.
whatever. I'm a never run. I'm never running for any political office, and it's not because there are people who be like, "Hey, John, you could never win because of your record and everything like that." It's like, no, I'm just not going to run because I'm not a pedo. You know, I just don't.
Right. Right.
I don't want
I
to run
don't.
for office, so I don't have people being like, "Ew, that guy bangs kids." Like,
Right. Like I don't fit in. Like yeah, I mean, I'm not. You know, what I mean, I can't sit at the table with the cool kids on this one.
yeah,
You know,
if
but
if anyone ever is around me being like, "I want to be a politician," my immediate thought now is like, "Ew, dude, you're a pedo." Like,
well,
gross.
well, you know, I'm kind. I'm kind of,
I know.
kind of an entry level politician. Not a pedo though. Like
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
what they all say, I
I mean?
bet. I'm pretty sure Bill Clinton was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm perfectly clean."
Yeah,
I'm just
I don't,
saying.
I don't even like kids. I don't even go to the playground. Like no, but you know, I think is when you start getting paid to be in politics is when it's like okay, it start getting spooky. I'm at the level where I don't get paid yet, so you know you ain't got to worry about me
Yeah,
being a pedo. Like you know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah, you don't yeah, you're not
Yeah.
they don't go for the guys not making money. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
They in
yeah.
but they once you make the money,
Once
that's
you
what they're gonna
make the
entice
money,
you.
that's almost like the initiation process. Like, you know
That's
what
how
I
they get you. They'll be like, "Whatchamacallit, you've been crushing it down here, dude.
mean?
What do you
Literally.
think about running for mayor? We'll
Right.
give you $1,000,000 and some kids."
I mean, I'm like, y'all didn't have to give me the million, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I still would have took it. Like, you know what I mean? Nah, I'm messing, but no. But for $1 million though, like to become mayor, like shit. And because the salary definitely isn't. They a lot of times these guys be having more in their uh God, I'm running a blank on what it's called, their campaigns. They have more money in their campaigns than they actually will make during their whole run,
Oh yeah,
and
they're getting
their
millions.
whole term and things like that. Because like for instance, the president, oh, so many people make way more money than the president that don't make sense. Like the president only makes about 80K a year.
Yeah, it's a tough one because you don't want people running for president just to make money, but you also don't want the president to not make enough to where he just takes money from everyone. But yeah, but it's like 300 million to run a presidential campaign or something like that. It's a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, it takes all that money. So that's probably why they make the salary so low because it's like, well, 9 times out of 10, the person who's running is pretty caked up anyway. Like,
He's gonna get a check from Pfizer for something anyway. It's all right.
right? How about that? Shoot, I ain't even go for my second round of shots. I'm good. Like, see, they already got me with the first one, where it's like because they threatened everybody with like losing your job and everything like that, and oh my god, you know, one cared about that money. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
but they got me with the first round, but they ain't get me again with the second round. They try to come out with the Marion and stuff like that. Listen,
Oh,
bump it. I ain't got the touch.
dude, my aunt has like 12 boosters. Like she's gotten all of them. I don't know how many there are, but she's gotten all of them.
Yeah, I already
All
know.
of them. Like why? It's a lot.
See, my parents was like that too for a minute. Like that first, it was like we all were on some like not getting this stuff, and then it was like okay, people started like dropping dead that was like close to us, and it was like okay, let's get it, like you know what I mean. And then it went from that to like then like they started getting on some like okay, oh it's like iOS updates with okay, the Marion is out, so now we have to get a new one. Now you have to get the booster. Now you got to get the 12K. Like you know what I mean? It's like what? Why you have all these different shots
Yeah.
for this one? Nah, I'm cool. Like now at this point, it's like, hey, I'm just gonna take my chances.
As a contractor who sells contracts, right? I saw like after the second one, I was like, "Oh, these people are bullshitting. They're upselling. That's all this is." Like shot 5 is just an upsell. It's the same as what Crummers do. They're like, "Hey, you really need to replace this line right here." It's just, while we're here, you might as well. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, by the fifth one, he's like, "We're just making things up." That's all I saw. It's just like I just don't trust anyone. But
Right.
by the fifth one, I'm like, this is just them upselling, dude. Just
Yeah.
cashing in.
Man. Hey, have you heard of the Godzilla Kong flu? Huh? The Godzilla Kong flu. Boy. I mean, I seen the Godzilla versus King Kong movie, but Godzilla Kong, yeah, apparently they got a flu too. Like, yeah, man, I swear they'll make it if they can make it up, they'll make it up, man. I'm cool at this point.
Oh, dude. It just popped in my head. I don't know how you feel about this stat. And I just saw this on Instagram and I checked it with ChatGPT to see if it was real. Apparently since 2000 in the United States, roughly 9%, 10% of pilots have been women and minorities. And since 2000, that 10% has apparently caused 66% of pilot caused flight crashes. Pilot caused crashes. What are your thoughts on that?
So since
2000, ten
2000,
percent of pilots are women and minorities because of DEI efforts. They've been pushing DEI. And now apparently they're saying 66% of crashes are
within
caused
that
by
10%,
women and minority pilots.
hmm, interesting. Um, see, it's a touchy subject because like the that young man that lost his life I remember him having an argument around this, with the DEI hires or whatever. He talked about, oh, if I see a black pilot, what's his name, Kirk, the Kirk guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, if I see a black pilot, I'm wondering, like, oh my God, is he certified? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, that's fucking racist. But you know, but I also halfway sympathize and kind of get the concern because of the climate that we're in, where sometimes people are hiring people to meet a quota. Now, if you're hiring people to meet a quota and not off of their full criteria of credentials and things like that, yes, that becomes an issue. Like, you can find a black pilot that that should be qualified for that job. You know what I mean? If that's what you're searching for so bad or whatever like that, you don't have to rush and, oh, oh, we finally got a black pilot that applied for the job. Let's hire the first black guy to come through the door. Like, no, let's hire the first Latina woman to come through the. You don't do that. You still do your due diligence with inside of the community because I'm pretty sure they're not the only ones.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And that's what damages the so-called DEI hires, because a lot of times people hire off of desperation of meeting that internal quota that they have to meet. You know, like you know, like, in some way, shape, or forms, I can almost say I benefited from a DEI hire. And it wasn't really because of DEI. It's just you can almost put it in that category as the same thing because one of my last places of that that I had for our occupation, um, they hired they hired me for a position, one that, yes, I was qualified for it, but, out of some of the people who were running, who I was going against, maybe I wasn't the most qualified for it, but then also they wanted more men. It was a heavily female dominated, um place of work, and so they wanted men,
Mm.
then they wanted black men on top of there, like, so it was like, okay, like,
Mm.
what I mean? You can almost say, "Hey, I was a DEI hire," but it's like once you get in the door, it's kinda what you do from there. Like, what I mean? You don't make it like, if you were somebody who benefited from, the hiring process or whatever the case may be, it's your job to do your due diligence and not just be lackadaisical on, just like just enjoying the fruits of your labor because you were hired. No, like make sure you become the best of that field. Like, what I mean, do, like, what I mean, flight simulations or whatever you need to do, like, to make sure to assure these things. Make sure you're practicing on, like, hey, emergency landings, different things like that, to make sure that, like, hey, if I'm ever put into these situations, I know how to react. I'm not panicking. I'm not reacting out of fear, anything of that nature. And but I think that's what jeopardizes that DUI implemented situations when people they and I don't blame the person who took the job. I blame the people who hired them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not their fault. And now you can go back and now you're blaming, oh, it's DEI, it's DEI. No, it's not DEI. It's the person who hired them. Because the person who hired them, 9 times out of 10, they weren't a DEI hire. You know what I mean? They is just that pressure of, like, okay, we gotta hire a certain amount of women. We gotta hire a certain amount of people with certain ethnicities and backgrounds or whatever like that. If you go inside of the market sometimes or whatever, for real, they hire special ed people. So you'll see special ed folks that's working inside of the market. Hospitals are supposed to hire a certain amount of them too. You see what I'm saying? So every workforce in some way, shape, or form has to do some type of implementation of what you would probably consider to be DEI hire or whatever. And I mean, it's just about how you go about your hiring process. Like, you know what I mean? You could always want a black person, but you might not. Hey, you don't have to hire the first one that walks through the damn door. Like, you know what I mean?
I read that and I was like, my immediate thought was, why'd they black minorities and women together?
Said why? Why did they lump black minorities and women
Like, why
together?
is it like a thing where like, oh, 10% of pilots are women and minorities? Like, why are they lumping women and minorities together? That's fucking weird. And then my immediate thought was, out of that 66% of crashes, was 65% just women? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if I walk on a plane, I see a black pilot, I'm like, yeah, dude, bet. I walk on a plane, I see a lady pilot. Might ask for a couple shots from
Yeah,
from
man.
from might ask for a couple shots to calm my nerves. You know what I'm saying,
Right, right, right.
dude?
But this is also the thing too, right?
I'm
Like,
just
like, like no, and that, but no, and that's funny. I know we're being dicks about it, but like, but that's also the other thing too, because it's like, all right, well, if if um if I get on the plane and I see a white pilot, am I, like, I'm supposed to think nothing of it, which generally I fucking don't. I think nothing of it. But now, because he was like, okay, if I see a black pilot, I'm thinking, is he DEI hire? Oh, is he certified? So now I got to think, hey, if I get on the plane, and I see a white pilot. I wonder if did his uncle give him this job. You know, is he here because his daddy, like, you know what I mean, helped him get this job or whatever the case may be? So, like, hey, sir, are you certified? Like, you know what I mean? But now I have to go take my shots and everything like that. You know what I mean? Now I gotta sit over here, like, hey, keep it coming. Like,
Mhm. I get it, dude. That's fun though. I was just thinking about I saw that today. I was wondering what your thoughts on that were. You know,
yeah. See, yeah, I got a little, I got a little on the serious side, but like, yeah.
I'm fine with it. I like that. Would you Would you ever fly a plane yourself? Would you ever want to fly a plane?
Fuck no.
Would you ever?
It's one is it's the heights thing. I'm afraid of heights for real, for real. As cool as it looks, you know what I mean. I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to do the heights.
Could you parachute? You ever
Nah,
like like skydive?
skydive and man, shout out to this one young lady that I took on a date. We talked for a couple of weeks. We went on a date, and she wanted to invite me skydiving for our first like date type of situation. I'm like, no, how about we just get food? You know what I mean? Like do some regular shit, like. And she wanted to go skydiving. So she was like, hey, like, you're welcome to come with me, different things like that. I was like, and sure enough, her words rang to be true. She said, if you don't take this opportunity, you're never going to do it. Like, you know what I mean? And I was like, nah, I'm pretty sure there'll be another time for me to go skydiving. She was like, no, no, it's not because you don't want to do it. So it's not something that you're going to just be like one day, like, oh, let me revisit it. Like, no, because you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So you have to be primed in that time, in that space and mindset to want to do it right
Yeah.
then and there. And it's, I'm too of it's too much out of your control. You know what I mean? Like like you got to worry about like, hey, is he a DEI hire? Like, you know what I mean? I got to worry if the instructor is a DEI hire, then I got to worry about is all the equipment going to be equipmenting. Like, I mean, is it going to function the right way? Like, you know what I mean? Am I too heavy? Like, first of all, like, you know what I mean?
As
And
they
that,
are way lemon but
yeah, see, but at the time I was slim. So I was only about like 230, 225, or maybe around that time anyway. So I was slim then. And it was just like, nah, I'm cool. Like, you know what I mean? It's too much to go wrong. I mean, I done heard too many stories, horror stories about the instructor and the person dying because this shit didn't work and the second one didn't come out. they pulled the wrong lever, whatever. Nah. I will probably do bungee jumping before I do skydiving. I feel a little bit more safe with bungee jumping than skydiving, as weird as it may sound.
I get that.
Yeah. And with a broken neck now, I can't do neither one. So it's like,
Skydiving, like if your parachute don't open, like there's a good percentage chance that you will not walk away from it.
yeah.
Which I would probably prefer than bungee jumping and just breaking my back and limping the way the rest of my life, dude. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah,
I don't want to
man.
become a paraplegic, if I'm hitting the ground, let me hit it hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how messed up you're gonna be from skydive accident, but I imagine if it's not dead, it's probably pretty fucked up, and I'm not sure if I wanna be down for that adventure.
Right. Though. But so that's what I'm saying. So if you survive the skydive, like
Yeah, but
you're way more fucked up.
I
It's
don't
like,
think
damn, you're gonna
chances
be you're gonna be wishing like, damn, I should have died.
I mean, chances of surviving bungee jump are way better than skydive.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't know. Like, I'll take my chances on like trying to walk from this bitch. Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, dude, if we're hitting something, hit it hard. Like, listen,
Yeah.
I don't wanna wake up forgetting my name. Just end it, you know? Hit it hard.
John. Who?
Yeah, no, no, no. No, no, no. Yeah, I don't know what the percentages are for living past skydive or parachute not opening, but I can't imagine it's good. And I can't imagine dude, they're just crumbled. Just crumbled of people. Just full body cast. Not great.
Yeah. Well, and then with bungee jumping, though, a lot of times you do it over bodies of water anyway. So if the cord does happen like to snap or something like that, I mean, at least if you're a half decent swimmer, you might be okay. Like might be okay. You know what I mean?
You a decent swimmer?
No, I'm black.
So what are we talking about? Now you're gonna drown. Now you're gonna
Exactly.
hit
I
a
mean,
rock in the river and drown, which is way worse than just smacking the ground and going out. That's way
yo,
drowning. Come on.
yeah. It's like, oh man, I don't know. Can you imagine though falling out from skydiving and realizing that your parachute isn't coming out? Like, you know what I mean? How sucky of a fall that is. It's like shit. Like you're just falling knowing that it's over. You know what I mean? Versus getting a false hope from bungee jumping, and it's like, oh, whew, made it. Shit, I can't swim. Now I'm drowning. Like, yeah, man, fuck. Like, yeah, he just turned into a whole drowning situation. That's crazy. It's like dying twice, like low key.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
oh man.
Um, so you'd rather drown than so you can't swim at all?
Nah, they're like what it is it's a mind over matter thing because actually can fucking swim. But the thing is like if my feet can't touch the ground, it's like a weird panic. And it's like I can't do it for some reason. I don't know. It's like my body is like special ed in that way because like literally if I can touch the ground, I can swim like a fish. You know what I'm saying? 5 feet. I got damn near mess with 6 feet because I can just swim right back to five or whatever like that. But when you start going to like 7 and 8 feet, it's like fuck no. It's just like mentally, I just lose all like all technique. Like I become buoyant, like you know what I mean. Like next thing you know, I'm like sinking and shit. Like nah, I'm cool.
Mhm, mhm. I respect that. What so we got roughly like 20 minutes left, 15 minutes left. So want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you got anything you want to talk about, we'll give you some shout outs and stuff like that. Actually, what do you want? You have anything on your mind?
Shoot, man. Well, I'm super duper appreciative that that you allowed me come on here, come on your platform and share with you. You know, just conversational wise. Hmm. What's going on today? All right. Let me get to know you, John. Like, you know what I mean? How were you introduced to comedy?
I went down to a grape room, went to the grape room in Philly, and for an open mic, just because I wanted to, I always just see people doing it, and when you like look at comics, and you're like, I could do that. Just got tired of saying it to myself.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of just how I just jumped into that, I suppose. And I was like, my life has just been nothing but like a comical Job. Job from the Bible?
Mm.
I'm sort of like a comical Job. Like, I just had a ton of my life's just been just a series of bad decisions and bad things. So I was like, oh, might as well. Worst case scenario, I could just talk about my life, and that's pretty fucking funny,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, you've been through some shit,
So
man.
that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, in the black community, we call it the book of jobs. You know what I'm
The
saying?
book of jobs,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why we tend to avoid that book because don't tend to work that often. You know what I mean? Fair applications in jobs in real life. But nah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. I would say the same thing. Like and I jumped in it super late because it's one of those things where like kind of always been like the class clown, the funny guy at school and things like that, and then people always tried to like say like, "Oh, when you get into stand up?" Because everybody thinks like stand up is so damn easy, you know. And then there was the opportunity that I went to Cheney University, which is like the oldest HBCU in the world. Actually, I was going to say just in the nation, but in the world, it's the first ever black college created. And we had like it was like an open mic sign up, and basically you got to open up for Michael Blackston. You know what I mean? And Michael Blackston was like, the headliner for the show that night or whatever. And I bitched up. Didn't do it. Didn't what I mean? Everybody like, oh, like, that could have been your time or whatever. And then when I heard the person, the one of the students that did actually go, I was like, they're pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm more so watch it from a art like because I rap. I did other things from an artsy point of view, and I've never like looked at it as like, oh, just because I'm funny, I can do it type of thing. I look at it as like, no, like, you know, y- from a creative perspective, like it's like, nah, that's like very hard to do, and it demands it's one of the art forms that demands validation. Like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't like if I rap and say nobody like fucks with it or whatever like that, and I could be like, man, I still feel like I'm the hottest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can be delusional as a rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can make shitty music and be delusional because you might have a bunch of yes people that's like, oh yeah, yeah. Like, no, that is not hot. Like, not at all, but you could be delusional in those things. Like you can be like as a film director or something like that. Like because I'm also into like acting and things like that. It's like you can be delusional about those things. You can't be delusional as a comic. You know what I'm saying? Like
Very fast feedback.
yes, very fast. People let you know like either they're gonna silent, either they're gonna be silent or they're gonna boo. You know, you got some people that's like that's so courageous. They'll tell you like, "Yo, you're not fucking good." Like, you know what I mean? Shoot, I just had that recently happen. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Philly's
so
brutal with that too.
oh yeah,
Oh, dude,
man.
black rooms in Philly, dude,
Uh,
they will boo you if you're bad.
a word,
Yeah, dude.
word.
I've been to a couple of them, and they've just like, I just see people get booed. I'm like, this is great, dude. This is good stuff right here.
Right. That's crazy. Like, nah, I've had a situation where I've went to a majority black room. And a comic wasn't doing as well as they did as they probably thought they were doing. And man, they weren't booing, but the silence was loud. The silence was loud, and then, you heard a few rumblings of people saying like, "Oh, this person isn't that great," like And I never want to be that guy. Like, you know what I mean? I know I'm nowhere near where I need to be at right now. I'm only 3 months into the comedy comic scene, but I never want to be that guy, and I don't want to also get to a place of complacency of feeling like, oh, just because people think I'm good, like this is the best it's gonna get. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep on like striving to get better,
Mhm.
you know?
You're good at marketing yourself. I like you. You're funny. You got a good, naturally funny vibe about you, so you'll do well, I think, dude. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Like,
you
when I
know.
first met you, I was like, "Oh, this dude's natural." You got, like, a good natural vibe about you. It's
Appreciate
fun.
it.
It's like it's funny. You can see people that are not funny become very successful at being comedians, and you see people
Mhm.
that are very funny not be good comedians. It's a weird thing, but
Yeah.
it's nice when you meet people, you're like, "Oh, this dude's not." You can just tell when people, like, are naturally funny.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Likewise, likewise with you, you know. And you are great at callbacking. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's a gift that like people, it'll probably be minimized because like when you do it, it becomes like, oh, you think that's so impressive? No, that's very much impressive. Like because like callbacking, I feel like in being able to do it like on the spot is like very good, like especially like with you hosting and stuff like that now. Like, yeah, man, yes, like that's a super gifted talent to have.
This
Like,
is fun. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
Throwing a callback out is a good. That's a fun little. It's always fun, you know. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because everybody's not good. Everybody's not good at certain like things, and when somebody has something that's like you know what, that's something that I could actually work on a little bit more, like being able to do callbacks and things like that. But, and then also, sometimes you don't want to lean on like,
Mhm.
what I mean, like in our spaces you can do it or whatever like that. But, when you become like, you know, the guy, the marquee guy or whatever like that, you don't really do
I know. So
callbacks because you know what I mean, you're there to do a show.
there's a different. Yeah, there are. I was literally talking to someone last night, my buddy, and it was like there are definitely mic jokes and show jokes, but there's also
Right.
like differences, like headliner jokes as well. There's different.
Right.
There's different. Like I'm gonna go to Brownies night and say some reckless shit that I'm not gonna do on a show this weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
That's how it
facts.
is.
It's just how it is, like, and it's funny that you said that because, that's just like last week, I mean, I was bombing horribly at open mics, like, it was, like, because I was trying to like, basically, the pressure was on. I had a show that I found out, like, a week that the show was even still going on because the promoter hasn't like he hasn't reached out to us, he hasn't said nothing, X, Y, and Z. You told us like he told I imagine he told the other talent like some time ago like where there's gonna be, and I was on there with your guy Christian. So and I'm imagining he told everybody around roughly around the same time, like, "Hey, I'm gonna have the show going on, whatever." And I've been reaching out to the guy as early as like the January, the second week of January, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" January 10th, actually, I reached out to him. And I was like, "Hey, what's going on? X, Y, and Z. Is the show still going on? Da 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 da." And then a week before the actual show is when he reached out, and I'm like, "Okay." And then it's like, "You want us to do 20 minutes?" Like, and I'm like, "Okay, bro, I've been doing comedy for 3 months. You want me to do 20 fucking minutes?" Hey,
I'm
I'm
there.
gonna do it because it's like at the end of the day, like shit, like shows come a dime a dozen right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you got so many people who either gatekeep or either they haven't heard of you. They might not be so trusting in your talent or whatever the case may be. So, it's like, hey, whatever show I could get on, I could get on. Shit, I'm not gonna tell you I can't do 20 minutes. We gonna figure it the fuck out.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I was bombing so horribly at open mics that whole week leading up because I'm just throwing shit at the wall, hoping that it sticks. Like seeing what it was, and then once I realized, like, okay, none of that shit stuck. Man, I revamped a whole different set, like 4 o'clock in the morning that day, jokes that I never tried or whatever like that. And when I say it was like a home run, man. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like, yeah, but sometimes when writing jokes, do you write or
Not really, no.
no, not really? All right. All right. But when the ideas of some of your concepts come to you, or whatever, do you get that feeling of like, no, this shit is funny? Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
no, yeah. I make notes, or maybe I'll like write it out in my notes or something like that, like in my phone.
mhm,
But most of my I never like write out full jokes ever. I don't.
okay.
My friends do. I don't like. I don't know why I don't. I just like get an idea and then my head. I was like, I just want to go out that night and
Yeah.
try and like workshop it and see where it goes, kind of thing.
Yeah, because sometimes it's not worth it to write out the whole joke. Like, you know what I mean? Because I used to do that when I really got good with rapping. That's what I kind of used to do, just write out the concept and build the rap around it. Like, you know what I mean? Which is like, you might as well say I was freestyling still at that point. But you know what I mean? I'm not there yet with the comedy yet. But what I do sometimes is do just write out, okay, a concept, because I don't want to lose the concept,
Hmm.
and then the thought that that made me laugh, that I know is going to be
Hmm.
funny. Let me write out that
Hmm.
part, and maybe not necessarily the whole, like, oh, yo, Johnny had two apples. He wanted to go to the store and spend his two apples. Like, I might not write it out in that
Hmm.
aspect, but at least, like, okay, if it's like, oh, and then she slipped on a piece of ice, and that's what made it
Yeah.
funny. I wanna make sure that I don't forget that, like,
Yeah, I do sometimes just write ideas and then, like, I forget the joke, so I, like, write notes. Like, some of my notes are just like, some of my notes I'll just open up and it'll just be like, "Midget apple farmer."
That's
And I'm
it.
like, "What was my joke? That's funny. What was my joke?"
Right,
Like,
right, and
I was like,
see,
"I don't remember
right,
it."
and that's why it's like, because I know I do that, because I do the same thing. That's why I said I have to at least write out the part that I
Mhm.
know is funny
Yeah.
right now, because if not, I can't just write,
Mhm.
Johnny had two
Yeah.
apples, because then I'm gonna forget, like, okay, I wanted to get to the part where, and then the fat girl slipped on ice. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'll forget that was the whole lead up to me,
Mhm.
so yeah, you know,
Hey, dog.
so what would you say is, I guess, what would you say is, I guess, the best validation you get from being a comedian?
Validation? The validation is probably just laughs. Probably validation's that. But I like well, most of the time if you get off stage and like all the comics will give you high fives and daps and stuff.
Yeah.
But like you always know if you crush and the high fives are sincere. It's good when you crush and then everyone daps you up, you know? You don't like it when you don't crush, people dap you up because you know it's just like your boy supporting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you crush and then like, people are like you crushed, yeah, that's fun, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like the immediate feedback. I like, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? That's why comedy's fun, you know? It's like
right.
he's like, "Oh, I sucked and that was terrible," or it's like, "Oh, things were great," you know?
Right. And it's like,
Yeah, I'm just seeking that validation my parents never gave me. You know what I'm saying, dude? I
facts,
just
facts.
wanted a good job. That was an awesome game, John, but
Just
I never got it.
just wanted to add a boy.
So now
That's
I
it.
tell jokes, you know? I hit a home run one time. My dad didn't say a word. Now I tell jokes, you know?
Facts. Like, um, I would second that, man, because to me, it's like a high. It's like a high, bro. And I know we all done been high for something before. So it's like, you start chasing it. And that's what makes the open mic sometimes so enticing, because it's like, yo, like, damn, like, yo, I'm really making strangers laugh and they fuck with me, different things like that. I'm getting respect from people who've been doing comedy for whatever amount of years, have whatever amount of skill level they have or whatever, and like you said, it's like you could tell the difference in the high fives. Like, I'm saying, like, when you come out stage and people want to know who you are, it's like, yo, like, da da da, like, hey, let me follow you on Instagram, and da da da. And it's like, it's all that, and that's why it's like it's been like this constant, like, on the go for me, like, right now, like,
You know what's a better validation for me? You just piece together as you're talking. If I go to a black room and I crush,
yeah,
that's better. That's
yeah,
better. I feel like because I don't know, like if I go crush in a black room with all black comics, then I feel like I'm funny. That makes me feel more funny than if I go to brownies and crush. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I don't know
No,
why.
respects,
I don't know
respects.
why. but it
Respect.
does.
I don't know what it is because like shout out to my two favorite white boys. I like to call them from my graduation class. My guy Joey V and Chip. You know, shameless plugs. You know what I mean, give them a little shout out, man. Shout out to my whole class. Actually, man, everybody in my class did a phenomenal job at our graduation ceremony. That was January, I believe it was the 6th or whenever it was. Um, but we crushed it, we killed it, and but I know I go out with Chip more often because Chip was like really attacking the mics a little bit more. And Joey V, he has a daytime job that like kind of takes up his time that doesn't allow him to go up.
Mhm,
But he's a great fucking comic. Like his concepts and stuff like that, even though they're just super relatable. So it's like everybody can kind of connect with him just because. And I seen them both kill black rooms, like, you know what I mean? And for some reason, it makes Chip's fucking day. Like, you know
mhm,
what I mean? He was like, I'm at home.
mhm,
It's like, no, you're not. But
mhm,
I get it.
mhm,
Like, I get
mhm,
it.
mhm,
You're not home. You know
mhm,
what I'm saying?
mhm,
But I get it. I get it. And it's crazy because it's not so much that like I feel like I crushed it or whatever like that when I go do a white room or whatever like that. It just makes me feel like okay, my comedy can be universal. My comedy can cross
mhm,
over or whatever. But yeah, it's almost like I'm fighting for my respect too in black rooms. Like, you know what I'm saying?
mm,
So even as a black comic, it's like I know that I still have to it's almost like I still have to represent in black rooms because it's like, you know what I mean? Because not for nothing though, like, I'm not gonna say like white rooms are easy. You know what I mean? Because like I think and this is no downplaying of like the black comics or anything like that, but I think just in white rooms, like because it's so wide range of the diversity that you have to have a certain level of articulation. Like, yeah, I mean, when you do white rooms, because you're in there with and some of these people are like pulling jokes from different certain situations. So you got to be like well versed and knowledgeable about shit. And that's what I've learned about being in white rooms. It's like fuck, y'all know a lot about bullshit that's going on in the world. Like they'll name some dictator from 1796, and they'll be like, "Who the fuck?" But everybody being there cracking up because they know who the fuck it is. I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So but I learned that like like hey like there's different elements to the comedy that one tests that tests your knowledge and like how articulate you are. And like I said, long as I know I can get some laughs in the white room, which one gay humor always kills in white rooms. So it's like I know that like okay, I do have enough things and enough tools in my bag to where as though I can cross over,
mhm.
like, you know what I mean? And that's just a big thing for me now is just knowing that like I'm not limited to like, oh, only thing everything I do is only make sense to black people, like, So, you know, I have a Muslim joke that didn't go that well when I was in New York, but that's also because they're not well versed in Muslim culture, whereas though Muslim culture is more, a Philadelphia thing, you know what I
Wow.
mean? And it's a lot of us here, and so y'all almost know about the culture, even if y'all haven't indulged in it. It's like y'all know about it. So if I say, hey, my dad took a shahada last week, you know what I mean? Y'all kinda get it, y'all know what it is. It's like, okay, it's bar mitzvah for black people, like, you know what I mean? Almost.
I
That's not what it is, but
I lost a lot of shahadas in jail, dude.
you know what I'm saying? You know
I
what I
know
mean?
a few people took shahadas in jail, do you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? A
listen,
couple buddies took
you
his
see what I'm
shahadas.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So I know, and then you have people like yourself that's well diverse in the the different communicals and stuff like that, you know? So, yeah,
Yeah. Oh, dog, well, yeah, we're wherever. Yeah, dude. You wanna do some shout outs and stuff, dude? You
Um,
got you got anything you gotta shout out, dude?
well, I'm trying to get my beard out my mouth. Mm,
The struggle.
the struggle, right? But anyway, sorry about that. But shout out to you for having me on your platform, man. I appreciate this. So, like, anything to, like, kind of keep my name afloat and getting it out there, you know what I mean, being a new comic on the scene.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? My fellow King brothers, shout out to the swine. You know what I mean? No swine, you know what I mean,
I
but the
think is that
duckling.
duck? It
Duck,
could be a swan.
swine,
It
you
might
gotta
be a
be
swan.
yo,
I
might be a
can't I don't know
swine,
the
you know what I
difference.
mean? So, yeah, I mean, let me put mine over here. But yeah, just got some shows coming down the pipeline, man. I appreciate everybody who has said yes to me when I've reached out for bookings. I mean, even shout out to the ones who've even said no or not at the moment. And it's all a journey right now. But I got a few shows that I'm getting ready to hit this weekend. Starting the 30th in New York. Got couple of places I'm hitting for sure. Laughing Buddha. I actually submitted for their festival, so I'm waiting to hear back from that. Should hear something about the 17th about what dates and different things that they'll consider me for. So I got Laughing Buddha coming up. Waiting to hear back from the comedy club, and also the stand. And once they'll get the confirmations, yay or nay, whether if I be on there, then I can say what's up about those. If not, later on down the pipeline, those
Mhm,
shows are still on to come. I'm gonna be on Tiny Cupboard, which is like the pink room that's up in there. That's kind of real popular in New York. I'm gonna be on their new talent showcase.
mhm,
So this one is not an open mic.
mhm,
It's actually a showcase. Um, I got when I come back, I'm gonna be on this thing called the Collective, which is also like a Dave Damage birthday party. I don't know if it's actually this one is actually his birthday party, but I know around that time it's like his birthday. I know he's headlining this event. But it's called the Collective. It's gonna be a lot of talent to come out there. It's like a pop-up shop, whereas though like people are gonna be advertising their clothing brands, their beauty products, whatever it is that they're selling, and different things like that. You got a lot of other talents that's gonna be out there, from musicians, rappers, songstress, probably poets, and as well as us, quite a few of us comedians. I know myself, Uptown B, Sherelle, and of course Dave Damage is some of the comedians that will be out there that day, February the 10th. And then I got after that, I got this thing called Mike Tap, which shout out to my homegirl Sky. Sky, she's hosting her first ever like open mic situation where it's going to be kind of the same thing, musicians, poets, stuff like that. If vendors want to come out and sell their products or whatever like that, they can that day. But also, that's gonna be my technically first headline, even though technically, you know, well, I didn't do it, so I'm not even gonna bring that up. So this will be my first headline event that I'll be doing on February 20th. And February 21st, I'll be doing Jokes and Brew, which shout out to the Pepper Brew brothers. They created this energy drink that they utilizing these type of mixers to kind of promote their energy drink and kind of get the pop, trying to get the name out there a little bit more. Shout out to Jay the comedian, because he's one of the guys that is hosting that. The 25th, I'll be with your guy Chris Jones. I'll be doing a guesty spot with the Pub Web Comedy Jam. And did I miss anything? I believe that's it for my lineups right about now. And if anything else, just follow my page. You know what I mean? People tap in with me. You know what I mean? Anybody who is who can assist in helping me grow, I would love to, come to your platforms or come do one of y'all showcases. I'm open to guest these spots. I have no ego. Trust me, saying no to me will not hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? Trust me, like, hey, I'm only 3 months in. I know I got to get sharper, and and that's the only thing I'm trying to do is just the more I expose myself, the more challenges I face. I feel like the better and better I'm gonna get. So and I think I operate more better with the pressure being on. Like I
Mhm.
said, like did my first 20-minute spot or whatever, like that, all new jokes pretty much. And like I said, went out there, killed, crushed, man. So I'm just waiting to kill some more, crush some more. Um, Actually, the first weekend in March, I do got something for that. I'm actually gonna be in North Carolina, and I'm doing a mic out there. I forget what it's called right now, but I give them a shout out later another time. So
Great. That Alright. I'll
staying
put
busy, brother.
links in the description below, dude. Go follow the dudes, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, dude?
Wutchamaccallit, not spelled the actual way as in WHAT, but Wutchamaccallit spelled the black way,
Yeah,
WUTCHA, and with my last name, McCall, McCallit. Let's get it.
whatchamacallit, links below. Whatchamacallit, thanks for coming on, dude.
Thank you
You're the
so much,
man dog,
John,
I
man.
appreciate you,
Appreciate you,
brother. Had
brother.
fun, man. You're the man
My
dog.
guy.
Absolutely,
My
brother.
guy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, let's go do some comedy now,
Let's
dude.
go. Let's
Alright,
go.
dog.